Today we're in the hot seat for the hot take.
Let's go. Welcome back to your Cup of Tea podcast. It's your boy Josh.
And it's your girl Katie. And today we're going to be talking about a lot of different hot takes and give you our opinion on it. So I'm actually very excited about this podcast.
It could get controversial. It might get ugly. It might get pretty. You never know. But stick around and find out. Today we're talking the hot takes. Do you have one off the top of your head right now?
Okay, Katie? Let's just go for the first one that comes to my head is the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. The whole
hype.
You guys
is it real?
know,
is the hype real?
Is it? So people say it's a publicity stunt. People say that they're going to end up being married.
Wow. I actually just saw you bought a $6 million house for them to be private in.
No way.
That's a flex. And it might have been more than $6 million actually. But yeah, I think it was $6 million. That's a flex.
A lot of people are just they're very interested in this relationship. A lot of some people are annoyed by it because they think that it's ruining the NFL. There's a lot of different sides of this.
How could it ruin the NFL?
Okay, so I understand a little bit where people are getting frustrated. And I don't get frustrated. I think it's interesting. I want to see all the camera angles of Taylor Swift if I'm watching a football game. Guys who are watching the game for the game, and now it's every in between it, they're always panning to see her reaction.
They always show celebrities during
no, but
athlete
it's
games.
Definitely more than normal. But that's because it's brought a new audience too. So it's kind of
true.
You can't not, and people are getting pissed at the NFL for literally posting too much about it, making all the memes. But it's what's on the internet. It's they're just following along with what's trending and stuff. So I don't blame them.
It's what's exciting. That's what announcers do. They talk about what's hot. They talk about what's going on in the world, you know?
True.
So
do you think they're gonna get married?
Married? No, I honestly, when I heard they were dating, to me, I just didn't see that. I don't know why. She doesn't seem like the type of girl that I don't know anything. I'm gonna get roasted by Swifties.
Because you're not
I know
a
nothing
diehard
about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Besides, I definitely vibe to her songs. She got great music, but her personal life, I don't know anything about her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't seem like someone that I would imagine dating a football player.
No, but I kind of see. I feel like they seem like a good pair, but then I don't know what's true and what's not. I've also heard that he had cheated on his past girlfriend.
Whoa,
so then some Swifties are
really?
Don't let that happen. But a lot of them are I see it lasting forever. But I also feel if you were a diehard Swiftie, whoever Taylor Swift was with, you probably would back in the moment too. I feel you just have T Swift's back. So if she's all Travis Kelce, then you're all Travis Kelce. Until
she almost seems like someone to me in a relationship that would almost wear the pants, if that makes sense. Which is not, I'm not saying that's an issue if a girl wears the pants in the relationship. I'm just saying I feel like she would be that.
It would almost
be,
I don't think she'd be that type of girl. I just feel she's such a power driven, I have my career. She is so impressive with everything that she's done. But it also, it's she has to date almost a celebrity who also has their own thing. But I feel she'd be a girl that is in that position all the time, but then wants a masculine man to take the power.
Yeah.
And that's why an athlete, I feel is a great combination for T Swift. And it's so cute because it's when does a celebrity ever get to have that little oh my God, I'm dating an NFL, I'm the trophy wife type. Obviously she's not a trophy wife, but the whole I get to be supportive of my boyfriend. It's almost everyone wants that. It's so fun to wear your husband's or boyfriend's jersey, even if you're in high school and you're dating someone. It's to wear their jersey, go to the games. Everyone's oh, it's your man's. That's such a fun thing as a girl. And I feel most celebrities don't get that.
So I got to play football is what you're trying to say.
Well, I get to do that at your
no, it's fine. Now I got to go and try out for the NFL. I got to go play football.
No,
I never played
so
football
fun.
in my life.
Cheering you on. I just feel and I don't know. It's it's cool. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I definitely get what you're saying. I really have no idea. I don't know enough about Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce. Besides that, she put him on the map because he was irrelevant before. But
shut up.
No, just kidding.
All the football fans, I knew who Travis Kelce was, but I have never seen so much about him.
Okay.
As now,
yeah, no, I went to the Super Bowl last year and he obviously played in it and won.
Taylor, I'll say this: she put Travis Kelce on the T Swift map, on the young girls map.
Yeah.
He was never on the girls map.
T Swift does not just have young girls. She has everybody.
No, but I'm saying young girls didn't know who Travis Kelce was. Now they do.
True.
The older girls might have from their husbands or whatever watching football, maybe unless you're a young girl who loves football. But if you're not in the football scene, he's now on your map.
That's a good point.
Okay, let's see. What's our next?
Hey, to be determined if they get married or not. I really have no idea.
I'm interested. I
feel like that's a very hot topic right now, and always will be until they break up or something crazy happens. Do you think they'll break up? Who's breaking up with who? I just want to know.
She'd break up with him.
You think so? I think he breaks her heart.
But
she writes like a whole album about it.
She would break up with him.
People like ban the Travis Kelce.
But if he breaks her heart, he's not breaking up with her. It's not gonna. I feel like it's only gonna end if he cheated on her. Like I just can't see that unless it's either
or they live happily ever after.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if they broke up, it's either he's gonna cheat on her or it's not gonna work out career wise. Like she's just gonna like be too busy. Like they're both gonna make a mutual decision.
That would be so hard. Like when you're both like that.
Dude,
he travels every week.
She does so much. Like I can't even imagine being Taylor Swift. Like she really does it all. That would be really like hard. I don't know. It'd just be a hard position.
Like I almost feel like, do you feel like he fangirls her? Like I feel like I don't care who you are. Like her level of like just all the accomplishments and like how big of a celebrity she is. Like I feel like anyone would fangirl. I feel like he was probably a Swiftie. Like I feel like he probably plays that in his headphones in the locker room.
I'm curious. Like
she wears.
Okay, clearly you're not a Swiftie. She wears short skirts.
That's how it goes.
T-shirts and
I was like high heels. I wear sneakers. She's
cheer captain and
yeah. Who are you talking about?
We can wake up and find him what you're looking for.
We're gonna get roasted by all the Swifties. Anyways, that's enough.
I love Taylor Swift. I'm just not like I don't know. I've never really like dove into her music. I kind of like rap music.
Guys, Miss Sky May is in her bassinet right next to us, and
you're gonna say in her bag.
Clearly had something to say. She said,
She's like, I'm a Swiftie.
She's very awake right now. She was just napping, but she's like, let's go, podcast time.
All right, what's the next hot take?
I would say a hot take that I've been seeing a lot, and I'm kind of in the middle on it, is social media detoxing. As we are doing social media things right now, what are your thoughts? All right, guys, we're going to interrupt the podcast for a quick sponsor from OneSkin. Now, if you guys are anything like Katie B and I know you guys had a little too much fun in the sun this summer, and it's no secret that UV rays can take a toll on your skin, leaving it dry, tired, and less vibrant. If you want to hit the undo button on UV-induced aging, say hello to OneSkin, your secret weapon against the summer's toll.
Where's the button? Where's the button? I'm hitting it.
Button, baby.
Honestly, I love OneSkin so much, and something that was like, I like knew it was going to be good, but there's so many different skincare on the market. And like for me, it was like my skin felt like so, like it just felt like a baby's butt. Like it literally felt so soft. So I was super, super impressed. And if you guys want to check out OneSkin, it is actually the world's first longevity company. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecule level, targeting the root causes of aging so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eyes, and body routine at a discounted rate today. So you guys can actually get 15% off with code YourCoupleT at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code YourCoupleT. We only have one body, one skin, and you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with one. So as being a creator, I have two sides of this. I feel like when I consume too much social media, when I'm like aimlessly, like not even watching, I'm just kind of like scrolling and stuff, it actually makes me feel a little more depressed. So, but then I follow some creators and it makes me feel inspired. So sometimes I know that some people will like get off social media because things will like trigger them and stuff. And if you're that type of person, I think you have to recognize that and get off social media. Or you can be the type of person just follow people who make you happy and like inspire you. And then you can like take social media as like kind of like a more positive route, I think.
I like that. To me, it's all a mindset thing. Like I totally agree with what you're saying, because like for me, at least on my social media, what I see is like skydiving content, golfing stuff, like all stuff I love, like, and like love to do. And for me, it's like, I could be the person that like wakes up and sees that and it's like, oh, like I wish I was doing that today, or like,
I never get to do that.
I never get to do that. Or like, usually my mindset is I see that and like, oh, like I'm so inspired, like I want to work hard so I can make sure I can do the fun stuff or whatever it may be. Like I got working out on my page, boxing, all this stuff. So it's like,
I agree.
I see it and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. So like, how do I pave my life so I can do stuff like that? But I feel like a lot of people would also be like, oh, like I wish I could do that, but I can't. I got to go to work today. I got to do this. Like,
I love seeing stuff like that. Like even when
I was like
early stages of pregnancy and I started following people that are pregnant and I saw these videos like these like super pregnant girls working out. I'm like, this is dope. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like I want to do that. I wasn't like, oh, you shouldn't do this, or oh, you make me feel insecure because I didn't work out like this, or like even have that kind of thought process. To me, it's like I want to see things that like I want to do. And I agree with you. It's a mindset. And it's like if you can switch your mindset to look at things and be like, if you want something, if you see someone has a nice house and you want that, instead of being like, oh, I'll never have that, this and that, just be like, I'm going to work hard for that one day, or I'm going to try in this, or like, even if it's not material things, even if it's like lifestyle changes, like different things, I feel like it's just a mindset. And if you can't get yourself to change your mindset, then I would say definitely like detox.
To me, social media is almost like a superpower, because if you think about it, like the number one thing they tell you all growing up in high school, still to this day, they tell you like you are who you hang around.
Yeah.
So like maybe you can't hang around billion-dollar people because, you know, they don't want to be your friend, but now you can follow them on social media. Now you can watch their YouTube videos. Now you can like start digesting and listening and hearing how they're talking, what they're saying, what they're doing with their money, with their time, like how they manage their time. Like, I mean, for me personally, like I guess I kind of nerd out on stuff like that. I like to watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff on things like that. Like, okay, how do successful people manage their time? Like, what's their morning routine look like?
Yeah.
So for me, it was always like, okay, maybe I'm not around these people, but like on social media, I can be, because now I can tap into all these people. Like I follow people I want to be like. I like the stuff they do, and like I want to keep seeing that. Like that's why I follow workout accounts, because it's like when I'm not feeling motivation, like I pop on Instagram, I'm like, I see a guy like jacked hitting a savage workout, instead of being that negative ass person that's like, oh bro, like you only post like so people like think you worked out today or something. It's like, damn, that motivated me. Like I'm gonna go work out.
I think social media is a tool and it can be used for the good or for the bad, and you just have to choose. Like that's my opinion on it. Because I personally have never felt like I needed to take a detox from what other people post. Sometimes I think I'll just like aimlessly
unfollow you.
And I'm like, okay, you know, I need to put my phone down and like be outside and do things that fuel me, because certain things like do fuel me away from my phone. And that's not even just social media, that's like texting, anything to do with my phone, because sometimes I think you can just spend too much time on your phone.
I think you need a detox from like if you just sit on your phone and scroll all day, that's different. That's not how I'm saying. Like I would use social media. It's like then like that's an issue at that point. Then you definitely need a detox.
Yeah.
But I think a detox would be kind of cool. Like I keep seeing people do it. Like I want to do it, but then I'm like, this is what we do for work. So like, how would that make sense?
To me, I love creating content though. Yeah. Like it fuels me. So it's like, I can't really detox from social media.
I would just say the only toxic thing, like I think, is like, it does become like very much of a habit to, it's not even just social media, but it's like, there's so many things on my phone I could check, like my mail, my messages, my phone calls, my bank accounts, our social medias, all this different stuff.
Also doesn't help that we work from our phones. So sometimes, and because we can kind of use that as an excuse of like, we're working. But then like I will go grab my phone to work, and then sometimes I'll catch myself scrolling. Yeah. So it's like I'm answering an email, or I'm like talking to something about a brand deal or doing something, and then I'm like, I get sidetracked. So that's where it could be bad.
I will say one of my worst habits is in the morning is just like always checking my phone in the morning, like going through like check your phone certain things. And I'm like, I don't know why I do this.
Because you're not even really,
it's a habit.
You're not even really like paying attention to what that person's posting, or you're just kind of like aimlessly scrolling. And that's what I don't like. But yeah, that's kind of my hot take on it. What other hot takes do you have?
We got a bunch of hot takes. Actually, I want to pop over to Instagram and take a hot take from you guys, because you guys have some funny ones. Chick-fil-A sauce is overrated. Now we're just gonna touch on these ones. I think
yes. I think the Polynesian's okay, and that's the only one I like. The other one I don't like. So I think yes. There was another hot take about In-N-Out being bad, right? Is that what it was? In-N-Out was bad. I agree. I hate In-N-Out. Like I don't think it's good. I think the fries suck. I don't like mayo, so I hate all the animal style and onions, and I don't like the burgers. Am I going to get roasted for this? But that's my opinion. Like I don't like
I 100% agree. I rather get McDonald's any single day.
I think McDonald's is better.
In-N-Out is so overrated. I've only had it twice. The animal style is just not for me.
And there's always a line.
Not for everybody.
There's always a line out the door.
Someone said working out is not good for your health. That is not a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
I think doing anything over excessive and to like extremes can be bad for your health.
Yeah.
So I guess like you could argue a point on that, but
if you were like,
I would say 99% of the time, no.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll go back to our hot takes. Someone did say Taylor Swift is overrated. I'm not even gonna argue or touch on that because I don't want to. I want to get that drama. I like Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor Swift.
I think she's amazing.
I also think Swifties are strong. They're a strong force.
Almost as strong as the JD fam.
I feel like a lot of the JD fam is Swifties. Comment down below.
You think so?
If you're a Swiftie, and then comment down below if you're, well, I don't want to say not a Swiftie because I don't want to be like not a fan, but like I'm curious.
Okay, this is a random one. Someone said a hot dog is technically a taco. What? They got a good point.
They got a
really strong argument. They do be bringing
up good points there.
They got a good argument there.
I have no comment. I just agree, I guess.
Okay, let's talk about one that I've written down is marriage age. Thoughts on getting married, like too young, too late? Is there a right age?
No, I think it's all situational. I would say probably not in high school. Like I think like give your relationship time, like go through stages of life. But I feel like whatever feels right to you, like there's no judgment because I don't think like just because I got married at a certain age that it should be that age or that. I just think that sometimes people definitely can rush it and sometimes it can work and sometimes it can't. But sometimes people will date for 5 years and the marriage still won't work. So I really don't know if there's necessarily a right age. I would just say go through different seasons of life with a person before you make that decision.
You know, I wrote that one down because I really sat and thought about it. And I was like, yeah, like I had a girlfriend when I was 19, like for a couple years. And it's like, I look back at that time in my life and I'm like, I'm not even like remotely the same person. Like,
no,
I think anyone I dated at that time wouldn't have been the right person. But then I kind of had like the second thought. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm sure at this point in our lives, like in 10 years, I'm going to look back and like, wow, I'm nothing like I was when I was 28 years old.
And you can
so
change
I'm like,
with people.
I don't really know.
But don't you even think from when we first started dating, probably you're different and I'm like, I'm not even that same person, but we grew together. Like I'm the same person in our relationship, True. But there is differences still, you know, and our relationship evolves and changes.
That's why the core values are so important.
Exactly. And yeah, I just feel like.
I just think like, you know, and again, we got to throw the disclaimer out there. I mean, obviously these are just our opinions. Like everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
You know, we see them in the comments all the time and comment away. You know, we never turn away a comment. But yeah, I mean, these are just our opinions. I feel like 19, like even if you're dating for like 4 or 5 years, like that's so young.
It just depends too, because it's kind of like, where are you like, and I don't think you have to be financially stable, but like ideally I think it'd be nice to be able to afford to live on your own, to not get married and then live with your parents I think every situation could be different, but it's like, I guess it's what you want.
See, it's
your life. It's really like your choice.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that point because personally in my mind, that's how I'd want it to be.
Yeah.
But I also kind of like the idea of like being married and like being willing to like grind and like
through.
Figure it out.
I 100% agree with that, even if you were married like in college or whatever. But I do think that marriage is a pretty serious thing. And if the relationship's going to work out, then like really what is the rush too? Unless, you know.
Okay, moving on to the next one would be private versus public relationships. And this one, you know, it's a little touchy because of us.
I feel like if I was a A-list celebrity, I would totally want a private relationship for like a long time, and then I would go public with it. Just because I feel like it'd be kind of hard to have like a public relationship when you're already in the public all the time. But for me, I don't know. Like when we started dating, I didn't really care because I was like, it's either gonna work out or it's not, and like it's gonna suck if it's like all over social media. But that's what I do, and I just kind of have to accept it. And 100%. I like sharing my life. So for me, I was all about it being public.
Not to be off topic, but do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Because is it not buzzing like crazy?
I'm popular, okay?
No, my mom and my dad has called you like 5
My mom
times.
called me and my dad called me.
I was just making sure you at least had it on you. So it's like not some kind of crazy emergency. And like, so yeah.
Well, anyways. They did both call me. So no, I'm just kidding. But they would have texted me if it was bad.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I don't mind sharing like our relationship. Mm-hmm. I think for us, it's like I got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But also, there's always pros and cons to everything you do in life, and I think at some point it could be maybe an issue. I don't really know.
I feel like there's some things you do keep private though. Like we share almost everything in our lives, but there is some.
I mean, I wouldn't even say close to that, but
What?
we share a lot. We do share a lot.
We share a good amount, but there's things that are private between us, and 100%. Like it's gonna stay private. Like some things I think are just better private, and some things I think are better public.
Yeah, and also like I do think in the beginning of a relationship, especially if you're like an A-list celebrity, it's like keeping it low key is definitely important, because then once it's public, like then everyone can have an opinion on it. Now you're reading what people are saying, so now you're getting like, now you're either second guessing it, or you're thinking like, yeah, it really is this awesome, like we are such a cute couple, or whatever people might be saying. So I think is like then that kind of affects the way you think about it, whereas like it'd be nice to keep it private, figure it out, and then go public with it.
I agree.
But I think it could be either way. It really just depends on the people, and like how I feel like we're both pretty level-headed and pretty like strong-minded, I guess the right word is. So it's like if people leave bad comments about a relationship or whatever, it's like we know
really matter.
We know who we really are, and so it doesn't really affect us. Yeah. All right, you guys, we're interrupting the podcast for a quick sponsor from HelloFresh.
Guys, you already know we love HelloFresh. Basically, you can order your meals online and they get delivered right to your doorstep. All the ingredients are prepackaged and ready to go. You get to pick your meals. They have over 40 meals to choose from. They have like healthy options, and just like you can pick which proteins you like. And honestly, it just makes our life like way easier.
Literally takes the guesswork out of everything. You don't have to go to the grocery store and be like, oh, how much should I buy? Like, oh, now we have way too much left over. We didn't cook enough food. HelloFresh takes all the guesswork out. And during a busy, hectic lifestyle like we have right now with the newborn, it makes it easy.
Yeah, the last thing I have time to do is go to the grocery store and go shopping. So it makes it super easy, super convenient. So if you guys do want to check out HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/50 your cup of tea and use code 50 your cup of tea for 50% off plus free shipping. So HelloFresh.com/50 your cup of tea.
Hot take is staying with your spouse is better than going out with them.
Staying in?
Oh, staying in. Yeah, sorry.
Agreed.
Usually I try to read them before I read them in case they're bad.
But I think you should do both. Oh, I think for me, I don't think you should. I think I should, because like for me personally, I think it's fun to do both, but I'd rather stay in than go out.
I think it's fun to do both. I think you got to do both, and I definitely think as like a married couple, it gets so easy to just be like, oh, let's just stay in, because it is. I don't know. Sometimes the idea of going out seems, and we're like, I know I'm not a homebody person. I wouldn't say you're much of a like, I just want to be a homebody person, but for me, it's like sometimes like 6 p.m. rolls around and it's like we were gonna go to dinner at 7, but it's like now it's like, oh, but it's fancy. We were gonna get dressed up. It's like,
you're like, or we could just stay comfy.
We could go get like
and order out
mod pizza or something. Watch a movie.
But I do think it's good to go out too and like force yourself to do that, because it is fun and it's different and it makes it more exciting. I don't know.
By the way, I'm back on your guys' comments. So I took these on Instagram and I'm just reading some of yours and we're just talking about them. So someone said Rome isn't as pretty as people think it is.
I was there when I was young, so I really don't have too much of a comment.
I've never been to Rome. Like I flew into Rome, but I've never like walked around.
I thought it was really pretty, but I was only like 8. So.
I will say I'm not much of a like sightseer, which I feel like Rome is, but I don't really.
But Rome is pretty cool though. Like so the Colosseum's pretty cool if you've ever watched like any.
Ooh, I would love the Colosseum.
The Colosseum's pretty cool.
I would love that just because it's like.
I think the history in Rome is way different than normal history. Like, I don't know. I think Rome's pretty cool. And I'm not like a history person. Like, I don't care about like certain like buildings and stuff like that. But Rome was pretty cool.
Okay, Marvel is overrated. I 100%.
I am not a Marvel. I am not a what's it called? DC.
I couldn't even tell you the difference between DC
Me neither.
and Marvel.
I know.
My friends would roast the hell out of me.
And your friends are
say that, and they already.
Our friends are totally like just like DC Marvel people, and I just don't even know the difference. I never got into it. I don't have anything against it. I just never got into it.
Yeah, I mean, I like action movies and like I watch some of those movies, but it's not like I'm not like I know there's like DC people and I know there's Marvel people. Like,
yeah, I agree.
But I couldn't tell you the difference. So, okay, a couple more from you guys and we'll go back to ours. Someone said I actually don't really like Halloween.
I don't really care for Halloween either.
Really?
I'm not a Halloween person, like at all. I mean, look, Josh, we didn't even get out our Halloween decorations. What do you mean, really? We basically were just like, whatever. Like, who cares? Like, it's too late at this point. I'm a Christmas person, but not like a crazy Christmas person. But I do love Christmas. I love the magic behind it. I cannot wait till Sky's older and our other kids are like older, and we get to like, you know.
I don't like, I'm not necessarily like the buildup of Halloween person, but like when it comes time, like I'd like to, you know, have a costume or dress up. Like that's fun. I understand why people like that. Because hold on, you can go in on a second. I understand why people like that, but like for me, it's like to have pumpkins everywhere for like a month and a half. Like some people started decorating for Halloween like middle of September. Like it's not like
I think it's cool when people do it. The thing is I just like Christmas decorations so much more because the thing is with Christmas is it's so cozy in your house and like all the lights at night. Like it is such a cozy feeling. Like I love it. And it's like, I don't know. I agree. It's just like
versus like cobwebs and spiders.
Yeah. Like Halloween's not as much my vibe. And like Halloween kind of scares me. Like, I don't know. It just seems like.
I feel like it also brings out some like people that like really are into like being creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but
not all people who are into Halloween are like that at all. No. It's just and we're so bad about like dressing up and stuff. Like I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, let me touch on that real quick. I don't know because I feel like I can never figure out what I want to be.
Or you're just too lazy and you don't really care.
What are you being for Halloween this year then?
I'm saying me too.
Oh yeah.
When's the last time we've dressed up as Halloween? We've been together 5 years.
Not last year we didn't? Or the year before? Probably the year before. I mean, if we go to a party, then yeah.
Yeah, when?
We didn't decide not to go to that Halloween party last year.
Okay, and then when's the last time we dressed up?
The year before that. I remember I was Josh. Hold on,
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Outer Banks movie. What's his name?
You mean the block party where you literally put a little bandana, John B. You put jeans and a bandana on?
I mean, that's creative. I don't like wasting money on a costume.
Oh, shut up.
But I could make a creative one. Like Sky May's costume for this year is pretty dialed.
Oh my gosh. We interrupt this podcast for our favorite brand ever, First Form. You guys already know Joshua B and I are obsessed with literally all of their stuff.
100%. We actually flew out to St. Louis recently to go visit the HQ and see the behind the scenes. And it was such a good time. We posted a whole video on YouTube about it.
And actually, I'm super glad we went because a lot of like the team there showed us a couple products that we didn't even know about, like the root beer float, what's called protein shake.
Please, if you like root beer floats, go try the root beer float protein shake. It is absolutely amazing. I was so skeptical.
I literally was like, there's no way a root beer protein powder would taste good. And like you literally just mix it with water. And when I tell you, like if you are a girl who struggles to get protein intake, and a lot of times people don't realize they need more protein and that's why they always feel hungry, check this protein out because it does not taste like a protein shake. It literally, it's like a smooth consistency. Like
it's amazing.
It's like, I don't know how they did it.
Yeah. If you guys don't know what First Form is, it's a high performance lifestyle brand. I'm actually drinking one of the energy drinks on set right now. It's a citrus blast flavor. One of my top favorite flavors. I also like the blue one. You guys can check out all of First Form products. We'll leave the link down below, or you can just head over to their website, but click the link. It supports us and we want to see you guys rocking First Form. You know it's dialed.
We need to be better, okay?
Okay, I want to read this one because this one's weird to me. Oreos should come without the cream. Just the cracker?
Oh, those would actually be pretty good.
The cream is the only good part. I actually rip off part of the cracker and don't eat that and eat only one with the cream. What? Is that weird?
I just think the crackers are pretty good, but I think the cream and the crackers are good.
You don't what?
I don't know.
Eat just the plain cracker.
I'm saying they'd be good by themselves.
All right, here's another hot take. I got this one from AI actually. Travel versus savings.
Travel.
You know, because like a lot of people are younger, like, oh, travel, or older people will be like, travel when you're young. But then like a lot of young people are like, well, I got to save for a house. I got to save for this.
Personally, we always talk about this. Whenever we look back on the year, look back on our favorite memories, it's always a trip. It's always us traveling.
I agree.
It's never like, I mean, we love the little moments and the little things when we're home, but it's not always things that you remember. But I feel like you always remember trips and traveling in new places and new experiences. So to me, it's always worth it to travel.
I agree. And I think sometimes people think of travel, it's like, oh, I got to do some extravagant vacation. Like, I don't think it has to always be that. Like, even, I mean, I consider traveling like going up to a friend's cottage for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
if you work
it's a
like
trip.
a normal 9 to 5, like, yeah, you leave Friday night, you go for the Saturday, Sunday, come back,
I agree.
go back to work. Like, you know, you're not missing out, but like you're still going out of what you're used to, making memories. I like travel like that. Like, I don't think it has to be a crazy trip.
Here's a hot take. And I don't want to say it like 100%.
Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
People always think, I don't know how to like word this, but people always think that like traveling is so expensive. And I think it can be, but I also think there's ways to do it way cheaper. But the hot take is so many people who don't travel only want to fly Delta because they hear scary things about Spirit or other airlines.
Is that a hot take?
I don't know. I know.
Is that a thing?
Yes. Ooh. So many people, like literally so many people I know are like, oh, I won't fly Spirit. They won't fly Spirit. They won't fly all these other cheap airlines. They're like, there's a reason it's cheap because it's not safe. I'm like, it's not that it's not safe. I was like, just there's things in Delta that are a little bit nicer, but honestly, Spirit's not that bad. Like I've flown so many different airlines and it's like, they all get you to and from. So if you can't afford an extra $500 per ticket or so, whatever it might be, depending on the 100%. Price difference, are you not going to take the trip because you don't want to be uncomfortable for 2 hours?
Well, yeah, I've been on all different airlines and have flights pushed back or canceled. So it's not like it's specific to one. But I will say, like, certain airlines have way better customer service, way better employees.
And they run so much better.
Yeah.
But
it seems like it operates better.
But it's not like unsafe, I don't think, for like.
No, I wouldn't say it's unsafe. If I was trying to budget, I'm flying Spirit or Frontier 100%.
And sometimes they can be priced higher, but sometimes you can find those cheap flights and like get opportunities to travel. And sometimes I just think people who don't travel are so closed off to the idea because they've never taken it. They don't know. So like I feel like people who travel are down to take whatever way cheaper.
Dude, the fact that Delta put like that little button, and I guess American has it too, where you can recline like an inch.
You know Spirit has that?
Seat. No, they don't.
Pretty sure Spirit has that.
They don't.
They don't?
No, 100% they don't.
But they're already tipped back a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's such a gimmick. I feel like they put your seat like
forward.
So it's like when you finally take off and can recline it back, you never forget that moment. And you're like, damn, I'm flying Delta next time.
Also,
because I could recline back 0.75.
Never. This is something I feel like for me, never recline when you're taking off. Like once you're like kind of on the incline, because then you get so comfy and then you start to come forward and you get so used to a comfy position. You got to wait till you're like up in the air, then recline. It feels better.
Yeah.
Just
interesting.
Something I do.
I love how off topic we just got on that. Okay. I got one that could be a little interesting, but personal space in marriage.
How so?
So what's your vibes on it? What's your thoughts?
What do you mean personal space though?
I think it's a hot take because I think some people think that, you know, like, remember when we first started dating, someone came up, a 40-year-old man came up to us and he's like, you guys do everything together. Like, you guys need to do your own thing. Like, you guys shouldn't hang out that much. Like,
I disagree.
That's my mindset.
I disagree because I feel like when we are not like spending as much time together, then like I feel like further away from you. I can be in the same room as you, but when we're not like doing something together or like talking about it, then I don't feel like I'm like as close with you. Yeah. But that could just be for our relationship. So I don't know. Some people really need their space from their significant other.
I think to me, like, space brings us closer. I don't think, for me, I don't feel like I need it. Mm-hmm. But even like the couple weekends ago when I went away for the weekend and then like I was like just so like giddy and excited to like come home. And but I was like, you know, it makes, I don't know how to put it. I feel like you don't need to create it though. With that guy, the way the guy went back when we first started dating, came up to us and said that, it came off like definitely the wrong way. But I do think in a relationship, you should have certain things that you do on your own. Definitely. Like you don't think so? No, I do. I just don't think that you should, because the thing is we were doing everything together and like we still do so much together. But then it's like, I think it's okay for you to go do something that I don't want to do. But if I want to do it, it doesn't mean like, oh, she can't come because we have to have our space. Right. That's kind of where I think I disagree with it. It's like, I don't think you need to create your own time. I think it'll happen on its own because no two people are alike. And we are very similar and we love to do a lot of the same things. But there's times where I don't want to go do something. And I think it's totally fine to have that space to go do the things that you each individually want to do. I agree. But if you'd like to do them together, then do them together. Because if you like that person,
you know, you like doing that thing. You're just going to share a good experience with them.
I mean, I kind of like you.
Yeah, I mean, you're all right.
Yeah. By the way, if you guys are listening online, our daughter is sleeping in my arms right now, and
She's so cute. I know.
Is what I like to call slumped dilliumptious.
Slumped dilliumptious.
Yes, she's slumped. She's sleepy. She is snoring.
Next hot take.
Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna go back to Instagram and get some of your guys'. Pineapple on pizza is a must.
No.
Definitely disagree. I'll eat
it. I'm not like totally anti pineapple on pizza, but it's a little weird.
Yeah, that's definitely not it. Skinny jeans on men? Question mark.
No comment. I don't really know.
That used to be. I used to wear skinny jeans.
Yeah, I don't like.
And then it was a thing. I feel like a year and a half ago. I feel like it's kind of faded away now.
I personally don't like skinny jeans on me anymore. Like, and when I look back, I was like, I like the boot cut or the flare.
Yeah, because it's not even like really a thing for girls anymore, is it?
I don't know. I think it might be coming back a little bit. Not like coming back, but I think it's now okay to wear them. I think.
Here's an interesting one for us. Marriage is overhyped.
Disagree.
Like it says marriage/relationships. So I'm assuming this person would be like open to an open relationship.
I think being single is overhyped because I think people think that like, oh, like be free, do whatever you want, like this and that. And it's like, yeah, that seems like, oh, like fun in the moment. But I also feel like that's a lot more lonely. And like sometimes it can lead you to do bad decisions if you're in that, like, not if you're single, but if you're in the like, I'm single, I'm going to be wild. Like, I feel like that leads to emptiness. But I also think being single can be good. It's not that it's bad. I think it's just like that whole concept of like, live your life, like go to the bar, like flirt with whoever, do whatever, like go home with whoever. That can lead to emptiness. And that's my hot take on that. I feel like that's not the ideal. I feel like a relationship, a good, healthy relationship you're going to be so much happier. Yeah, I agree. That lifestyle.
Because to me, I mean, not saying when you're single, you don't have relationships and all of that. But like to me, like having a relationship is like the key to happiness. Like, and success, like that's the real success, like having a loving relationship, whether it's with your family,
your mom, your dad,
significant other, friends, children, whoever, like whatever. But that is the real key to like happiness and success. Mm-hmm. So I feel like to say that that's overhyped and overrated, it just doesn't make sense
unless you're not with the right person.
Yeah, and I could see why someone would think that.
Oh, like, could you? Yeah. Just kidding. You're like, I could see how it's.
I was probably the guy in the past that would be writing that comment on a question box.
Yikes.
I always said I didn't want to be married after my last relationship.
That's true.
I always said that. I said 20. I don't remember what year it was, but it's like I don't know. It's
2018.
I think it was like 2018. Like marriage isn't a thing anymore. I used to say. God. I don't know why.
It's so bad.
Here I am married
with a kid.
With a child. Okay, here's a couple more. Starbucks is overrated. I 100% agree.
Okay, for the price, yes, it is overrated. I mean, I'm still gonna get it. It's the vibes. I go there for the vibes. Okay, I don't go there for the drinks.
Someone said milk is good at every meal.
Ew, I think milk is disgusting.
100% agree. I disagree. Okay, this one's funny just because might have had a little bit of a tidbit the other day.
Yeah.
Tidbit. That's a weird word. Tidbit.
What's the thing? What's
tidbit? The role of apologies.
I think I am so much better at apologizing than Josh.
Fighter, are you ready? Fight.
Fight. Who apologizes more?
I apologize. It might just not be the way you want it to be.
Sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry. You did that. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I apologize.
You're good at apologizing.
I also say I'm sorry you feel that way because
I definitely apologize more, but I feel like not that I'm wrong more, but like sometimes it's like me being upset about something. But this situation, I stood my ground.
You stood your ground.
I stood my ground.
We both apologized.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But your apology had to have meant more because you were in the wrong.
And did it? Or do I still need to apologize for it?
I could take another apology.
I will do that off camera. But I mean, I just think, like, what do you think the role of apologizing should be, though? Like,
what do you mean role of it? I think sometimes it's like you need to take accountability for your actions, but sometimes it's hard when the other person isn't taking accountability. Like I can apologize all day long for where I went wrong, but it's like it's hard because sometimes you don't see where you went wrong, and like you're so set in your ways of like, you know, and like you both have your version of the story or like your opinion on it.
Because sometimes I feel like, especially in marriage, fights stem from something way before almost. Like, so it's like now when you're arguing, it's like, did this person start the argument? Maybe, but like, was this person doing something like 2 weeks ago that like upset this person, and that's why this person set off the argument like 2 weeks later? It's like,
Yeah.
So now who's really supposed to apologize?
I feel
blah,
like
blah, blah.
when
I feel like everyone should apologize in the end because it takes two to tango.
That's true. I feel like when we argue though, ours don't always stem from like other stuff.
No,
I feel like it's ours
I feel like we don't really argue like
when
that.
we argue, it's so annoying because it's
so
more so like
usually.
it's stupid and we both know it's stupid, but
It's like
then
a
we'll be like,
misunderstanding.
okay, but then we can't get out of like the funk of like the mood that we just fought. Like I'm upset that now we just fought.
Yeah, I'm not that person. I will
You're
say,
that is where you're so bad at it.
please.
Go ahead, tell them.
No, I will. Just because like, I don't know, if we're beefing, like I don't want to, I want to be like, wake me up tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's
I know, and I hate that. And sometimes I feel like when we fight,
not all the time though.
Not all the time, but sometimes I'm like,
it depends how dramatic.
But sometimes I'm like,
is.
look, like that was stupid. We both love each other, and like
those are usually the ones when you like you're hangry and like you snap on me, and then it's like I'm like, forget her.
Yeah, not really. I don't know. We don't have like.
I don't fight that often, but
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's just like, I do suck at that. I will say.
It's okay.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Fuck you.
Excuse your language, young Miss Kathy Lynn.
I'm sorry. Cover our daughter's ears.
She's slumped. Right
Okay.
now. She's not hearing anything.
Let's talk about this. Do you think we're gonna like when she's older? Are we gonna like swear around her or like not swear?
It's a great question.
It's more like a
I would like
parenting hot
to.
take.
I would like to say not swear, but
I would
at the
like
end
to
of
say
the
not
day,
swear. I definitely would like to be better because especially like I don't want like my 2-year-old being like, fuck you, mom.
Well, she better not.
Well, no, I know, but like not saying it like that or just saying like the F word.
Regardless if we swear or not, like I would hope we raise her to know that it's not okay for her to swear, but also at the same time, double-edged sword.
Yeah,
there,
if you're
it's
saying
like,
something, then
you should probably
also
lead by example. So like we might swear when she's not around, like with our friends or like out on a date, whatever. But like in front of our daughter, if we don't want her swearing, we shouldn't swear.
I agree.
But I don't know. I really don't know.
We'll try our best.
As we just swore, like
we'll see. I mean,
better.
she doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't know now, but
She's
still,
sleeping.
We'll be better.
Also, like this is so off topic, but I know like we watched baby videos and it's like you should be doing stuff that makes noises and stuff around your baby so they're not like just used to sleeping in silence. But like she just sleeps. Am I that boring? Because like should a baby just be sleeping right now, like in my arms as we're talking, like moving stuff around? Yeah.
I feel like it's more so like
because I feel like in that video,
older, when kids are a little bit older and they're going down for a nap, like you don't want to wake them. But like if she's used to, I mean, we've been loud since day one. Like Topper has been barking or like things have been going on, like door slamming or like I don't know, a doorbell ringing. Like she sleeps through it all. So like I don't know.
Well, I just remember in our learning, because I watched, I was paying attention.
Good dad.
Even though you didn't think I was. Yeah, it said to make sure like you get them accustomed to like you vacuuming or making a little noise while they sleep so they don't wake up to it.
So what are you saying? She's accustomed?
No, but I'm just saying I feel like she's always been accustomed to it.
Well, yeah, because newborns sleep.
Okay. Anyways, Katie is getting bangs, so we want to know: do you guys rock with bangs or not?
I'm getting bangs.
No, just kidding. It was someone said on Instagram that
not
bangs are
my
a hot
vibe.
take.
Like I don't.
Is
think
that a thing now? Like are bangs in?
I don't know.
Someone said it's a hot take, and I thought hot takes were stuff that are relative.
Personally, I don't like bangs on me. I don't even always love them on other people.
Do guys ever have bangs? Is that a thing?
No, because they'd have to have, maybe, I don't know. Maybe if they have long,
I could pull it off?
Have to have long hair.
Could I pull off bangs?
What's another hot take? I feel like that one's kind of like a random one.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like they're all kind of.
I need like a juicy, like, like a good, like, ooh, like.
What you got? What's your hot take, miss? I need this, but I got nothing.
What is my hot take?
Yeah, what is it? Let's hear yours, Miss.
Oh, here's my hot take.
Okay.
Working out your upper body is not going to make your arms bigger like girls think. Because I feel like so many girls would argue and they'd only do squats or things with their legs, but they'll never work out arms. And I feel like the hot take is that if you lift weights, your arms will actually get smaller, depending if you're not trying to like go beyond crazy heavy, which like I would have thought like lifting 20, like doing 20-pound curls, like I'd have massive arms. But if I did that, like my arms are like leaner and toner.
Yeah, it all depends how you work out.
Yeah.
100%. Like if you're doing, a lot of sets of low reps and you're trying to put on muscle and you're eating a ton of protein and doing all the things you need to do to pack on muscle, it's still going to take a long time to do. But yeah, you'll eventually put on muscle. But just lifting weights and doing 10, I feel like every younger girl, for whatever reason, thinks if they grab like a 10-pound dumbbell, like they're instantly going to be jacked and not look like how they want to look.
I was that girl.
And not like jacked, but yoked. And like, I feel like a lot of girls want to just be like lean and toned and don't want to be like that. Although some do, but
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Cause if it worked that way, every guy would be shredded.
I have a hot take, but I think people might hate us for it.
Oh God. Don't do that to us.
I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Cats suck.
Oh God.
Not all cats.
Oh man. Okay. I will be honest. But I have an excuse.
You have an excuse. I don't actually hate cats, but I don't love cats.
I'm going to be real.
It's their fur. I don't like their hair.
I really don't like cats.
Some cats are really cute. Some are mean.
I don't want people to get it twisted. I didn't say cats aren't cute.
That's true.
I said I don't like cats.
Yeah, but you're like really allergic to cats.
Right. So, I mean, I think my dislove for cats stems from every time I'm around a cat, I sneeze like 1,000 times and my eyes are itchy and I can't breathe. That could be why.
I would assume that's probably why. I grew up with cats and I liked the cats, but I liked the dogs so much more because I felt like the dogs had more personality. However, we did have one cat who had a lot of personality. So I think cats can be. And I also feel like if I had a cat, I would totally be a cat person. Like, but I also think cat pee smells so much worse than dog pee.
I just think the whole like litter box is kind of gross. And then also, I always feel like I hear these stories of cats like doing mischievous stuff to their owners. Like, sometimes, oh yeah, my cat scratched me in the like woke me up by scratching my face, clawing but not like a cute like dog like pawing your face, like a
but Josh,
clawing your
there's
face.
Also dogs who have like killed people and like mauled people.
True,
to death.
That's
so like
argument. Yeah.
If you were like a cat person defending cats versus dogs,
that's a good point.
And like, there's also really cute dogs. I personally like dogs more, but I have a dog. I feel like if I had a cat, I'd probably be a cat person. Growing up with cats, I liked it, didn't care for it. I honestly wasn't a dog person, and I grew up with dogs.
True.
I didn't like dogs, to be honest. And I thought dogs were kind of gross and smelly. And I liked my dogs. Like I was a little attached to them, but nowhere near how I feel about Topper. And I feel like when you have your own animal, it's very different too. But I also think, I don't know, my parents got like kind of like.
Well, it also depends. Like people
dogs.
Could have like a dog and not wash it, or like
and have a bad experience with it, or it's a mean dog,
or it could be mean. Not
so I don't hate cats. We're just not really cat people.
Can you train a cat?
I'm sure you can.
Can you?
I don't know.
They do have 9 lives, so they're pretty cool. But yeah, I'm like super allergic to cats, so that's my excuse. So come for me all you want, but I'm super allergic to them. So whatever you say, I don't care. I'd rather be dripping sweat hot than be cold.
100% all day long.
Like dripping sweat hot though.
I hate being cold. It hurts my bones.
True.
I hate being
cold. The heat. Obviously, we moved to Arizona from Michigan, so obviously we're gonna side with the hot part because like I don't like being cold.
I hate being cold.
What about sleeping though?
I love being cold, but not really. I don't like being cold when I'm sleeping. I like the room to be cold so I can feel warm. So you can feel the warmth like in the blankets. But like if it's warm outside, then you're not like cozy in the blankets. But like when it's cozy, it's just.
I was gonna say because if you really think about it,
I just like being.
I rather sleep hot than cold. Mm-hmm. Like I like the room cold. I like to be cozied up,
warm. Yeah.
But like if I had to sleep outside in the cold or hot outside hot, I'm taking hot.
Yeah, because I can't sleep if you're like shaking cold.
Yeah, no chance. Square shaped nails are ugly. I didn't say that. These are comments.
I used to get square shaped all the time.
What do you have?
I have almond. I definitely now am an almond nail shape girl. But it's so funny because I
can't remember what
I used to think almond shape wasn't cute, and like square. I don't like them anymore.
Did you ever have those?
Literally,
like when we were together.
Yes.
No chance.
Not like big block square. They're kind of more like thin square.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I probably even have. I
like the pointy scratches are better.
So that was square.
Okay, this one's interesting, and I feel like you're gonna side with them on this. Baby Sky is way cuter than Josh.
They're different cute. You can't compare them.
No, you just be honest. She's way cuter than me.
She is really cute.
Chipotle is overrated. I'm not even going to comment on that one. Okay, I am. How can you say Chipotle is overrated? Always consistent.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You know that. You know it's not always consistent.
No. Okay, when you go as much as us, you got to expect 1 out of 100. Maybe the meat.
It's 1 out of every like.
Maybe the meat wasn't
Josh.
amazing.
It's 1 out of every 3 times.
Please.
Either they make the guac bad.
No.
The chips are burnt.
No.
The chicken's nasty.
Never.
Sometimes the rice is crunchy.
Never, Catherine.
Oh my gosh, like he's a capper.
That's not true. I've gone to Chipotle and been like, oh, it didn't hit. When I meant it didn't hit, it's like it didn't hit the spot, but it still tasted good. Yeah, but that's not like it didn't hit as it usually does.
No.
Okay.
Chipotle's good, but I agree with that.
No, are you serious? Don't come to Chipotle with me ever again.
Okay, fine. Then
I'll changing our Halloween costumes. Anyways, wearing socks to sleep is good.
Ew, no.
Have you ever worn socks to bed?
I used to all the time, and you made fun of me. And now I'm like
the one that stopped that.
And now it's so gross. I hate wearing socks. I used to always wear socks. To be fair, in my parents' house, it was so cold. If I had to get up to go pee in the middle of the night, my feet were like,
oh, please. For as much as a like quote unquote clean freak you are, to wear socks to bed.
How is that gross? I always showered at night and then put new socks on.
Like
my feet never sweat like that.
That's like saying like I guess that'd be like saying wearing underwear to bed is weird.
Yeah.
Which there are people like that sleep naked. Like, how do you feel about that? I tried it one time.
I don't care if anyone else
yelled at me.
Yeah, because you're like trying to cuddle me. I'm like, what? Like, get off me. This is so weird.
It's kind of comfy.
No, it's not.
You feel free.
Ew. No, you feel stressed because you're like, what if someone breaks in the middle of the night? I'm gonna be a butt booty ass naked.
That's not what I'm worried about. When someone breaks in, that's what you're worried about, if you're naked or not?
Yes, I'm always worried. Like,
why?
I don't know. I used to be worried.
You're starting like a whole yawning thing, and it's gotta go.
Dude, I'm just tired. I woke up early this morning.
True, she does breastfeed in the middle of the night. With that being said, thanks you guys for listening to the podcast. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next podcast. Peace.
See you guys.